Hello, this is Miles Kane. Welcome to Don't Believe the Hype.
We're Arctic Monkeys. This is Don't Believe the Hype.
That rock and roll, eh? Ladies! That sound means it's the end of the round. Time for the bonus question. Cheers, dude.
That man just yawned.
We're gonna call it,
Don't Believe the Hype.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Don't Believe the Hype, the podcast dedicated to covering the entire discography of the band Arctic Monkeys in chronological order. My name is Justin, and tonight we are celebrating a brand new Arctic Monkeys track, maybe the last track ever. According to the rumors, they're flying around. We don't know what's going on, but before we get into all that, first let me introduce my co-host and the creator of this podcast. He has no real special intro tonight because I don't know any other words to this new song. It's Dan. Welcome, Dan.
You could say I'm visualizing it, as that seems to be the title of the track.
Well,
it.
rumors are it's opening nights. That's the title I've seen.
Oh, really? I just assumed that the title was Visualizer because it says Arctic
No.
Monkeys
I
brackets
think
Visualizer.
that's gonna be like a little like lyric video or like no, it's just a visualizer for the song. Yeah, I think.
Okay, I just assumed it sounds like an Alex kind of title, doesn't it? The Visualizer, you know.
So just 15 minutes before this track drops, the rumors, we'll see, like, it's going to be fun to talk about the rumors, and then we'll find out, like, tomorrow, everything that's true.
Yeah.
But the rumors
it's
are
wherever
right
you are
now that it's opening night.
Really? That's the title of the track. Okay. That's interesting because that kind of goes along with if it is a car. So we should say the original rumor was it was from AM. And then the rumor has changed to it being that's that one song that, if you remember, Nick, the previous of this podcast, was obsessed with there being an extra song from the car that was never released, and it was this one. So if it's that one, opening night kind of tallies with the theme of my fucking one of my favorite songs off the car that I can't remember the title of right now. The one about the orchestra. Why can't I remember it?
Big Ideas.
Big Ideas. It kind of tells with Big Ideas. Opening night feels like the title of a car track, Alex, rather than an AM track, Alex. Do you know what I mean? It does feel like that.
It does.
Night, if it's true.
But I have some updates. Now, again, we're going to maybe find out in 15 minutes about all these things. So, me and you have been going back and forth talking about all these things. Another rumor that I have read as this inches closer is that it almost sounds kind of like a Humbug-esque B-side, and then someone else posted that it's not from any other era, that it was something that was recorded when they met back in November. So the things are all over the place.
If it was something they recorded in November, right, that would imply that they didn't have creative difficulties when they met. Because if you created a song, that's kind of the antithesis. Unless they were like, we can only manage one song, so we'll just release this. And I mean,
we really don't know right now.
We really don't know. Do you think we'll know from? Let me ask you this, okay? Because there is a trailer attached to this. Do you think this?
Yeah.
Is just generic live feed sound, or do you think that is taken from the intro of the song, or something?
I think if it's taken from the song, it would be almost like what a mirror ball would be. So
feedback,
there would be no way to guess what it would be. But because it's part of this charity album, I'm guessing that it has something more to do with that, because it's got like children sounds in it.
Also, what is key, if people don't know, is that I didn't know when we talked about this previously, is that James Ford has created this album. James Ford is the creator of this album, so that's how Arctic Monkeys have ended up on it, I assume, and why he would have access, and it doesn't help us because he would have access to all the previous tracks that they've done to pick one to say, hey, why don't you put this out? So it could be then. I will say this, Alex isn't one for going back to the past, though, is he? So the AM thing did surprise me a little.
Seem strange.
The car would seem more like the type of thing they would do, or a new track. I mean, if it's a brand new track they recorded like just a few months ago, that's great. But
that would be interesting, yeah.
That would be interesting.
What do you hope? What do you hope for? What do you think?
I mean, the problem is I haven't really given much track because it's so wrapped up with the rumors of the possible breakup.
Yeah.
That's kind of preoccupied my thoughts more than what the track's going to be like. I'm expecting. I'm trying to think. Every album has had B-sides that I love. Tranquility, even. And The Car was the first album without a B-side. So if it is going to be a B-side from The Car, then I'm assuming that I will like it. However, what I will say is if it is a new track that they've done, it would be hilarious if they dropped a new track, by the way, and we're like, yeah, we are doing something this year. All those rumors were bullshit. Yeah. If it is a new track and the live feed sound is part of it, then what I would hope for, if it was a new track, this specifically was a new track, what I would hope for is a rockier sound because of the live feed, like that kind of 70s rock that we guessed that maybe because of the outro to Body Paint that they did live, they were kind of slinking into. So if it's what I would hope for is a new song, that would be brilliant than just a Car B-side or something like that. In a way, I'm happy with anything because it's new Arctic Monkeys song, right? So
it's new. It's new.
I can't imagine it being something as far back as Humbug, but that would be great because all the Humbug B-sides are pretty good, right? But again, I feel like Josh Homme would have posted something if it was as well. We would have seen something like Josh Homme sharing. I don't know. I think that's crazy for it to be Humbug. It doesn't seem like their style, does it? To go back,
that does seem very strange.
16
Even
years.
though we do know that there were extra songs, but I found it I found it quite strange that they said even it was an AM style B-side because what's going on?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear that? Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was getting a call. Sorry, I apologize, everyone. Someone was ringing me, and it comes through my Mac and my phone. Unfortunately, can you hear me? Okay, we're back.
Yeah, so I thought it was weird about the AM B-side because I was thinking like you know, they never really kind of go back in that kind of way, and honestly too. What I saw about the idea of the Humbug B-side, it could have been a thing where people were kind of just trying to describe the sound. Because I think somebody said like reminiscent of what a Humbug B-side might sound like. So, I don't know. I mean, I think the thing that makes the most sense would be that Car song or still within the realm of what they've been doing. Like I would assume it would sound more like the Car, and I would find it very, very strange unless they literally just took the recording that they had and said, you know what, we're going to clean this up a bit or something for it to be an AM B-side. That seems so strange.
Yeah. Also, and it would be a strange way also to release a new track, to be fair, but I mean, you know, for charity, it'd be nice, I guess. Yeah. So I can't imagine that.
But
either.
AM was their biggest album, so
yeah,
maybe they're like, oh, for the charity, you know.
Exactly, they're all possible. I mean, if you really want to throw theories out there, it's possible that the 20th anniversary is tomorrow, so they said let's give them a track that we never released from the first album days, just as a but that's if you really want to fucking go out there. I mean, if it was a new track they just recorded a few months ago, that would kind of indicate, that would be interesting because it would indicate to me that they didn't have any juice in them to do an album. So they just had this one track that they quite liked, and they went, you know what, let's just put it out for charity because we're not doing anything else at the moment. So cool. that would kind of work, I guess. But we should say on the rumors as well that Blake got involved. Blake, who was very involved in this podcast for the first few seasons, quite heavily until he decided to shut down.
Times.
Yes, you have, yeah. Arctic Monkeys US runner, he's quite close to the band, obviously, and he was the one who actually told us that yes, the band are aware of our podcast, which was always an interesting thing that he said to us. Yeah. So he said that basically it's not, which is what we guessed, right? You're gonna hear tomorrow our 20th anniversary episode's gonna come out, and you're gonna hear us talking about the breakup at the start. Because at the time we recorded that a couple of weeks ago, we had no idea that the song was going to drop a week before, the day before we put that out. So we won't discuss the track, but we discuss on that basically that we think that they maybe just aren't going to do anything for a while, but there won't be an official breakup. It'll just be one of those things like bands like Radiohead, where sometimes they get the band back together, then there's long periods where they don't, and then they do. And it sounds like that's pretty much bang on what we're hearing from Blake's side of things, isn't it? It's just it's not a breakup. Yeah. It's just we're not in the right place for it.
And the big thing, I think really the big point of it all is that don't expect an album this year. Don't expect
No.
other like follow-up music. Now, one thing too that's I just want to kind of describe the situation a little bit because it's a little bit different for me. So right now, you know, you're in the UK and it's counting down to 3 p.m. That's when it's dropping. I'm in Korea.
It's midnight
I'm
for
gonna
you, right?
It's heading toward midnight. So it truly feels like a New Year's because for me, from my days, I will be hitting midnight Friday, which will be the 20th
Wow, yeah.
anniversary of their album.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
crazy,
kind of
yeah.
this weird surreal moment for me where it
Yeah.
actually is counting down to their 20th, which is really cool actually.
Yeah, it's kind of around. I guess if you're listening to us, because we're not putting this out live because we can't play the track and go live because it's a pain in the
Yes.
arse. I guess we could go live on YouTube, but then we wouldn't be able to play the track, etc., etc. But so we're gonna put this will go out like probably about 5 minutes after we finish recording it. So pretty soon, I think, for a first reaction. But the around the world US, it must be like if you're in the East Coast, it's like 10 a.m. that you get in this, and if you're in the West Coast, then you're just getting up, maybe 6 a.m. something like 7 a.m. So it's kind of crazy. You're getting the best. I'm getting a pretty good time because it's 3 p.m. It's not hard to listen, but you're getting a great time, which is midnight on the 20th anniversary. You're probably getting the best.
It truly
I'm not just you.
feels
We do have
like a big thing for me.
Is
Like,
your
I'm
time zone the
staying up
same as,
late.
like-
It feels like Christmas.
Is Asia kind of in your time zone as well? So like Japan and places, because I know we have listeners in Japan and places
Yeah,
like that. So I guess they're getting a good time
is
as well.
in the same time zone. Japan, I think is. Yeah,
So they're getting it then as well. We do have Japanese listeners, I know, so they've emailed
that's
us.
cool. Yeah.
So you're getting a great time. But shall we just so yeah, very exciting. I feel like it's like when you're watching like a live broadcast of a countdown to something, you know, like New Year's Eve, it's the countdown or like something like that. But the comment section is popping off, by the way, on this
It's
YouTube
going
track. I
fucking
always see it.
crazy. I heard that the forums, the AMUS crashed because of the traffic.
Wow, look at that. Cornerstone. Someone's put Cornerstone in big letters for some reason. Someone's put ladies. There's a lot of ladies in here.
Oh my
Cheeseburger is in here quite a lot.
Isn't it crazy? Okay, so the car came out now 3.5 years ago. They have like no social media presence. They don't do shit really. Well, Matt does, but I
The big
mean,
bands
like,
don't.
look at all these people are so excited for this song.
I
Nobody
know.
knows anything. That is the cool aspect, you know. It can be hard as a fan sometimes, but opportunities like this for something to come out where you just like don't know anything about it is so rare these days. Just
Yeah.
we don't know anything about this song. Like there's rumors, but truly it's like a complete mystery.
Yeah, I mean, and for me as well, coming from a country where a lot of the attitude towards Arctic Monkeys now is quite salty, let's say, quite negative. It's not so nice to see the fans around the world, you know, still like having that love for them as well. And there are people in the UK. I can see a few UK fans, like people that do love them. There's listeners to this podcast, you know. But like I don't know anyone in real life, like day to day, that I could talk to
Yeah.
about post AM. Like I don't know anyone at this point that I could talk to about them.
Wow,
really.
damn, okay.
Like
Except-
I know,
except
yeah,
me,
because
hey. And
well, no, I
Simon.
mean like outside of the like in person that I would know in person and go, let's talk about the drums. It wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no one in my sort of immediate social circle that I could do that, and again, because they are a contemptuous subject over here, let's say. But so it's nice to see the love, is what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, we're
Now,
getting flags from all around the world
to
here.
take this. I would like to take this opportunity because we're getting very close, and I feel like
Yeah.
after the first reactions, people could shut us down. So I will say this: Alex, Matt, Nick, Jamie, I know that one of you are probably listening. You want to know how people are reacting to the song. Come to Seoul, South Korea. Go on vacation. I will show you around. Come here. And
Also,
have
come
a
on the
good time in
podcast.
Asia. Yeah, come on the podcast.
Matt.
But if you just want to get away, if you want to stay out of the spotlight, you can still come to Seoul. I'll show you around. We'll go to Japan. We'll have a good time. hit me up, and then you
Matt.
can come on the podcast.
Matt, if you're listening, you're rich. You don't need us to pay you to be on it. We can't pay you to be on anything decent. But just for the love of the fans, come and chat to us. Why not, eh? You don't need the money. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are getting close. But I just I'm just gonna check the sound just so. Okay, I guess I refresh the page at 3 to get it to switch to the track.
Yeah, I don't
will
know
assume.
how it's gonna go.
I'll
I don't
refresh
know.
it. I just hope it doesn't crash. But no, I'll refresh
Oh
it. And,
shit! Yeah.
I assume it also goes on Spotify at 3 p.m. So we could just switch to. I don't know how
That's
Spotify
true.
sometimes block you from
I'll
doing
just
stuff like
play
that.
it through my phone into
Yeah,
my
nah,
microphone.
it won't crash. YouTube can handle this kind of traffic. It's YouTube, man. YouTube can handle
Oh, yeah.
billions of traffic, I imagine, if they need
Yeah,
to.
they were streaming football games this year, like NFL
Yeah.
football games. So they're.
I think they streamed some of the Super Bowl stuff, didn't they? So yeah, they can handle whatever they need to
fine.
handle. But does it say how many people are currently actually? Does it say that on the thing? How many people are actually?
I can't
No.
see from the little screen you have. So
No, it just has the Watch Out subscribers, I guess. Oh, it has 2.3k likes. So 3,084 people are currently waiting for the premiere
that's not that
on
many.
this streams.
Right?
Not that many, but it is different times around the world, I guess. And a lot of people just go on Spotify when it drops, right? Maybe not YouTube. So, because I'm
Yeah.
assuming there's not a music video, by the way. We haven't mentioned that. There's not going to be a video, right? It's just going to be.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just going to
If
be
it
this.
is okay, I'm gonna tell you. If it is, I probably won't watch it because, like, when I like to hear new music, I just want to like do the like. I just kind of want to hear the music. So if there is,
Well,
a
I have to
video,
say, I
we
have
might
to say I saw
go
the.
a couple times.
I saw the Are You Mine video before I heard the song on its own. I have to say that was a
okay.
joint
I
one.
might
but
have
that,
to, honestly. Yeah.
You could just look away. To be fair, you close your eyes. It doesn't.
I
Really,
think I think I will.
I don't
If
think there's a
there is
video.
video
I don't think there's a
attached,
video.
I don't think I'm gonna watch. Yeah.
I don't think there'll be a video. It might just be them in the studio playing it or something, but I don't think there'll be a video. I think that's.
We're like 1 minute away,
too much.
buddy. Here we go.
Oh God, strap in. Right, as soon as it
Buddy.
hits free, I'm gonna watch it. Have they put? I'm gonna reach. Shall I refresh the page now and see if they put a countdown on or anything? Maybe. Let's try it. See what happens.
Yeah, I guess so.
This will begin shortly. Premiere will begin shortly. So they've stopped playing the trailer. It's just the premiere. So I assume it is just
Alright.
gonna drop. Here we go. Get ready.
Um,
We will stop with for the first listen. We will not talk. By the way, we will just listen to it. We'll just soak it in.
mhm.
Well, people are going crazy.
Oh, here it is.
Shall I refresh?
Yeah, hit the refresh.
Let's refresh. Let's do it.
What's
Let's
going
do it. Here we go.
on?
Oh, we got a minute. Oh shit. Right. Okay. Now we have a countdown. So I'll
Okay.
turn the sound
yeah,
off.
2
Look at that
minutes,
countdown as well. It's even more exciting now.
1:47. Oh my god, dude.
Why not just a minute countdown? Why 2 minutes? Oh, so this is very exciting now. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's go on, final prediction. We got 1 minute 30. I'm gonna say this is a song. This is a song they recorded in November and they want to put out there. And I will say this about all them say all the rumors about them being out there by people that know them, like Blake saying they're not gonna get all this stuff. They are tricksters sometimes. They have played games with us
Yeah,
before in the
that's
past,
true.
and they do get off on that a bit.
I mean, brick by brick, that was the
Brick by
opening
brick.
single for
Yeah,
Assassin's
exactly.
Creed.
They are tricksters.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't. Since just to be different, I'm gonna say, it's maybe that car
probably-
kind of
probably the
sound
car,
because if
yeah.
it's called opening nights, But
does sound
I
like the
mean,
Cars. Opening night. By the way,
I
can I just say, if it
can't-
is a new track,
Yeah.
calling it after people said that the last song on the car. I just got to get this theory out quick.
perfect.
Sorry for
sense,
cutting you off.
yeah.
Perfect sense. People that ended with a kind of goodbye, and people are like, oh, it's a goodbye. So for them to write a new track to announce a new era and call it opening night would be something that they would do. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but
That's true.
that
that's
does
true.
sound like something they would do, like opening night. So
It
it
does
would
say
also
opening
be-
nights now.
it-
It says Arctic Monkeys opening nights.
these
It says it
opening
right
nights. I will also say calling their last ever track before they break up opening night would be something they would do as well. So I'll put that out there. But
That's true.
as we
Here we go,
approach,
20
right,
seconds.
go on. When we get to 10, I'm gonna put the sound of the video on. Okay. So let's do it. Okay, you ready? I'm switching to the
Yeah,
sound.
here
I'm
we
gonna be
go.
silent. Oh, we go 10. Oh god. Oh god. Full screen it. It's full screen it. Okay. First of all, does it say anything underneath now about where it's from?
does have some credits. It looks like I can't really read it. It's the...
No, there's nothing about the track. It's just about who produced the
Okay.
album, which is
Okay.
other artists that are on there. So, okay, first thing I'm going to say is I was trying to pinpoint the era from the voice, but what I would say is it sounds very much like a Humbug B-side.
I think
in
the
places,
humbug,
but it's not his voice, though.
description- Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
humbug description. I think they were more trying to describe the sound, which
Well,
I
they
think
got it
that's about
accurate,
as
I think.
accurate as you could get. Yeah.
I actually wrote here. First thing I wrote was very Bowie. Sounds like very Bowie, especially his voice. Then I thought a hint of a Moog synthesizer in there, which made me think about the car. And then I thought, well, it
Yeah.
sounds humbuggy a lot. His voice sounds AM-ish. It sounds like the car, but it also sounds a bit Tranquility because he says stuff like space computer and that. So it kind of feels like a mishmash of everything, to be honest. So his voice, I'm trying to think where does his voice sound like to you? Where's he at vocally there? Is it now? Is there any chance that's now? That was 6 months ago. That's the... I
So
hope it is, 'cause it's great.
well, okay. Let me share my thoughts about it. Let me kind of piece this apart because I don't know 100% now. But here's what I was thinking.
You should love it. I
What
would've
I-
thought.
Well, I was thinking that if this were the next progression, like if this came out as like let's say it's new or whatever, let's say it comes out and they said, oh, we made it in November. My thought about it is that it kind of makes sense and would be exciting because to me the first initial thought, we're always trying to like what genre would they play with, but it sounds kind of country western a little bit, but like old style, especially the
Sure.
sound of the guitar and the way it's played. And I feel like there were some things they were kind of trying to get to that with the car, like the car itself, the track, but it comes off as more Spanish guitar as opposed to
Yeah.
kind of like a Western guitar.
It actually,
So that
actually,
was
'cause
my
of the,
first thought.
Yeah, that's true, and I agree. But and actually, while you're on that train of thought, it started to remind me a bit of well, anyway, what's it called? The one with the Moog synthesizer on the car. When any places that anyway, Sculptures of Anything Goes. But yeah, I'm awful at track names. Sculptures of Anything Goes a bit. I thought.
Yes, but I was thinking that like kind of like you, I heard elements of many different eras. So specifically the chorus when the vocals come in, the backup vocals, I was like, ooh, that's kind of like a smoother, again, more like kind of like what Humbug would sound like if they were doing AM stuff, right? So it kind of has this newer car vibe, but with I was almost thinking like, oh my god, is this era's Humbug sound? But with like it's got this like AM, these backup vocals, but they're smoother, they're darker, they're not the like sexy vibe, they're the kind of like reflective vibe. And I honestly felt like this combination of the car, AM, and Humbug, and I was like, okay, that would make sense for a couple different ways. Like if they were to develop this sound for the third release of this era, that would kind of hit Humbug, but also too, we've talked about this being this kind of maybe like more commercially like viable type of album potentially. And like again, the 70s kind of more rocky style. I think there was a little bit in there.
Yes,
I don't know.
definitely.
What do you
I will
think?
say.
What do you think about that?
I will say as well. There is with is as someone who likes Bowie a lot. His voice is very Bowie, and the closest he ever got to Bowie, like sounding, was Tranquility. So that would be the little bit of Tranquility that would be in there as well.
I don't think this is
I've just
B-side. This is not an
I don't think so.
B-side,
Can I just
right?
say, I will say that I've just been trying to do, while you were talking, do a little bit of dig and see if Heldens has posted anything. He hasn't. A couple musical news outlets, are reporting this as the first new song in 4 years. So if they've been briefed at all, they're putting it out as Arctic Monkeys' first new music in 4 years, which insinuates it being new. It sounds new, doesn't it? I was trying to place his voice. It's definitely not humbug because his voice was nowhere near like that.
No.
It's almost as strong. The problem is between AM, Tranquility, the car, his voice has got better, but it's kind of at the same kind of strength. So, but better. Like obviously you can hold better notes for the car and stuff like Mirrorball. But I could see it being now. I could see it being from any of the last 3 years, though. That's the problem.
Here's what I would say too. Okay,
it's not very AME though, is it?
It's not AME, but I would say that I like this style of singing if it's new, because there are his vocal patterns, for instance, in the verse, and you mentioned too, and the lyric stylings feel more Tranquility and Car, like the way he's piecing images and lines together, like just the general flow of words. But I like this singing style over the kind of like loungy style. I think I think him kind of stripping it down and making it more singer-songwriting, but in this kind of like country style. We know he's been influenced by that a lot. You know, if you're thinking like you said Bowie, Johnny Cash style.
Yeah, Johnny Cash, that's a good shout. There are a lot. It reminded me a little bit of those humbug B-sides like Don't Forget His Legs Are On, but more like the what's it called? The one with the acoustic, the two of the acoustics and the humbug B-side. It reminded me a little bit of that.
Joining the Dots or
what's the other one?
Afternoon's Hat a little bit.
Yeah, what's the other one that I thought was Afternoon's Hat's a good one. What's the one that I thought was a little bit Catapult? It reminded me a little bit of Catapult as well.
Oh, Catapult, yeah.
So I can't say. I was seeing. I wonder if they put anything on the actual official site now. It's gone live about the track, or are they continuing to be mysterious? I mean, I
will say I like it.
It just feels like they put new music out, right? You know.
Okay, so this is of course never. It kind of slightly did happen, but not really. But I will, before this played, I didn't want to say it because it was a very exciting time. But you always have that thought in the back of your mind, like, oh no, am I about to listen to a song and be very, very, very disappointed? There's always that potential. What I will say first listen is I'm not disappointed. I like it. Like my first reaction is, ooh, yeah, I really like it. I like this sound, especially the chorus when it all came together and the backup vocals. It has an emotional resonance. I didn't spend a lot of time listening to the lyrics, but I like it.
I think so. It's gone on the Arctic Monkeys website. I will say that the actual video.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go on the Arctic Monkeys Spotify and see if there's any information about it on that, like recorded, blah, blah, blah. I don't know whether, there we go, opening night, latest single release is how it's been dubbed, 22nd of January, 2026. Few credits, written by Alex Turner, performed by Arctic Monkeys, written by Alex Turner, produced by James Ford and Lauren Humphrey. Now, Lauren Humphrey hasn't always been around. If that gives any
it's there on Spotify now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share it on my.
It feels like a new song, doesn't it?
I think it's new. That would be my best guess.
Blake didn't say anything about when it was, did he?
I don't think he did.
Which would make me think it's new.
If anything, I think he was the one. If anything, I'm not sure, that would say that talking about the humbug sound. And
exactly.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think anybody was actually claiming it's a humbug B-side. I think they were really trying to capture what it sounds like, which it does kind of sound like a humbug-ish B-side.
Yeah, I have to say, I agree with you. I really like it. When it started, at first I thought, is this going to be kind of synthy? I was like, we're going to have a synthy track like they're going down the Sculptures Road. And then that acoustic came in, and maybe it's not acoustic, it's like a clean guitar maybe. I was like, oh yeah, this is interesting. This is kind of moody and broody. And then it kind of, as it progressed, it very humbuggy, but then there were certain lyrics that I made a whole new set of lyrics to read. I'm very excited. You know, I love the lyrics.
Yeah.
It sounded quite humbuggy, and then as it progressed and the other guitars came in, it got even more humbuggy. The backing vocals are not humbug era though; they are AM era onwards. I will say that.
Yes.
Also, I have to say, they didn't do the backing vocals like this as much on Tranquility in the Car, which would lend itself to the M a little bit. But we know they got that in the locker, so there's no reason to bring that back if it is a new track. Why they wouldn't? And they did do backing vocals, didn't they, in the Car and stuff? It just wasn't quite the same. Actually,
I can't imagine
there
this
is quite,
song being on AM though. This does not sound like AM.
it doesn't sound
Doesn't
like
have
any
a
of it.
hip-hop
But could it be
vibe.
Cutting Room Floor? Could it be one they did the riff of and just abandoned? But I doubt it because it doesn't sound like any of the.
Maybe.
Doesn't
I
even
don't
sound
think
like
so.
even the B side. It doesn't sound like the B sides or anything, does it? So,
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
Now,
I
will say
think I think
one-
because we haven't been sorry. All I'll say is, without look, no one said it's from here, it's from there, it's from this and that. That's just internet rumors, right? Reddit
Yeah,
forum
rumors,
rumors. So
right,
nobody official has said anything. So when a new track gets released, if we hadn't read that on the forum and they said there's a new Arctic Monkey song coming on a charity record, we would assume it's a new track. So
Sure.
I think until somebody tells us otherwise, we have to assume
We're
that
just
this is a new
assuming,
track.
yeah.
Because why wouldn't it be?
But I think it is. I mean,
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
It's and honestly, to me, it's more exciting if it is because it almost follows these trends that we've seen before, right? Like again, it's got this humbug sound. Humbug was the third track, and like Tranquility feels like this kind of reset, like the first track or the 1st album of this kind of new style, which would make this the beginning. You know, if they ever did, you know, of course, I'm not expecting anything to come out this year. I'm not even saying, but I'm saying if they did release something next that sounded in this vein, ooh, well, that would kind of, you know,
Yes,
fit that
yes.
style, you know.
And I think it opens the door for some of the tracks on that album being rockier as well, because there are little hints of rockier sounding guitars in this a little bit, like those old pedals, those old, you know, Queens of the Stone Age sounding humbuggy pedals being in there, but more chilled perhaps, like we sort of theorized. But I think you bang on the money with saying so. My least favorite song on the Car by a country mile is The Car.
Yeah.
That track really it intrigues me lyrically because it's about this British holiday. It very much puts British seaside in your town, and I always think, is there a metaphor there? And I can't find one. I think there's not, and that's the sad thing about it. I'm always like, surely there's more to this. So that's my least favorite track. This sounds like a version of that type of song that I would like, that I would have wanted them to do. So I think you're right in
agree.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, should we have a listen and talk over it? I'll turn the volume
Yeah,
down. and have a
well,
listen and talk-
let's
yeah?
do it like this. I was thinking about this. Let's do it like this. Play it and then stop it after each major piece, and let's talk about it
Okay.
a little bit. So, like, play it so we'll do the intro
Until
and the
this
first
instrument
verse,
change.
and then we'll
Yeah.
stop. And we'll kind of talk about it, so that way we can
Okay.
do clean cuts and still keep it in the major stream or whatever. And
Actually,
and then
let's
we
do
get to
intro.
kind of-
Intro stop
Okay,
before I
sure.
sing,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and then come in because I'm intrigued by the start. But you're
Okay.
right. Yeah, we will do that. So let's do that now. By the way, if you listen to this on Spotify or Apple, and these bits where the song's playing won't be in there, I've made it free on our Patreon. So if you want to hear us do this bit, then go to patreon.com/Arctic Podcast. All you have to do is, I think, follow the page, and you can listen to it. It doesn't cost you anything, but it would be nice if you did join as we gear up for Tranquility. Okay, here we go. Great end. Yeah.
Yeah. Chorus is doing
Love
a
it.
lot of the heavy lifting here, I will say, but it's okay because I like this more kind of traditional style too. You know, it's like you got the verse, you got the chorus, you got.
Well, I think the
verse, you
outro
got
and the
chorus,
breakdown
you got
is-
the bridge.
I
I
like
like
it all.
the
I
way
mean-
they do Alex's vocals, like where he's obviously singing both parts, but it like it sounds like two voices. He's got it split up. That's really nice. The outro, was great.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably gonna have to buy the Help vinyl now because it's probably the only way I'm gonna be able to get the track on physical if they don't attach it to an
true,
album,
yeah.
isn't it? So, I should buy it. Well, look at curmudgeon here about charity.
yeah,
God,
you
I'm gonna have to
should
buy
buy
it now. It's for charity. Sorry, I'll edit that bit. I'll buy it. I'm going to buy it for charity, not just for the Arctic Monkey. Well, that's why they do it. That's why they put new tracks on here, right? So that people buy it. 'Cause
Exactly,
otherwise, you
yeah.
wouldn't. If it was just like a compilation album of old songs, you wouldn't buy it, would you?
And
Good
probably
cause,
it's going
though,
to be
obviously,
track number
watch out.
1 if I had to guess.
It is track number 1. I just saw the track listing. It is.
So there
very
you
much
go.
track
You
number
just
1.
put it
Yeah.
on. You listen to that one.
And there's a
you
few other
just-
acts on there
it's
that
easy.
I do like that I wouldn't mind hearing some tracks by as well. Wet Leg being one of
Okay.
them. Last Dinner Party. So,
Okay, yeah.
Gorillas or Damon Albarn Gorillas are on there as well.
Nice.
So. Oh, was it Gorillas or was it just Damon Albarn? It might have just been Damon Albarn. But either way, I'll listen to anything Damon puts out.
Sure.
Yeah, I think there's not much more we can say, really. It was a live reaction that was quite a bit more detailed, but unless you've got any other thoughts on it. I know it's 1 a.m. for you now, so... Well,
oh yeah, I'll
Virgin on
probably
1 a.m.
listen to it a couple more times as I'm getting ready for bed, honestly, and just kind of process it a little
Me
bit more.
too.
But I'm happy. I'm not disappointed. More than anything else, I think I know I really like this chorus. I think there's some interesting ideas going on. I'm sure I'll pick up on even more things that I didn't hear, and of course I'll be looking at the lyrics and stuff. But overall, general reaction is I dig it. I think it's a cool direction.
I have to say, so they just sent me an email for it as well, and it says the 2026 War Child vinyl. It's a landmark charity album recorded at Abbey Road Studios, produced by James Ford. Continuing the legacy of the historic 1995 release, the project features a premiere track from the Arctic Monkeys, released in January 22nd. I will say this as well. This album doesn't come out till March 6th, and they're not releasing any of the tracks on it from this one, which is quite interesting.
Okay.
They decided to kind of showcase this track as alongside a high-profile lineup of global artists, including Damon Albarn, Depeche Mode, Pulp, Olivia Rodrigo, Fontaines DC, and Wet Leg, and many, many more. The vinyl is available, comes out for pre-order now, comes out March 6th. So I'm going to do that in a minute, actually, because I will want it. So I don't know how many times it'll move past the first track when I've got it on the vinyl player, but how many times it'll just be reset to the beginning. But at least the Arctic Monkeys one's first. But yeah, I would say I really like it, and if this is the direction the band wants to go in, if this is the direction Alex wants to go in solo, then I'm also down for it. But it feels like a whole band sound, I have to say, from everyone's input there. You've got little Jamie Cup bits in there and everything. Perhaps, I mean, obviously we will cover this track, whether it becomes part of it or not. I guess we'd cover it at the end of the car, unless they attach it to an era.
A leave before the lights come on style.
But it's an official new track, so it would kind of leave before the lights come on, or maybe it will get attached to an era. We'll have to wait and see what happens over the coming sort of weeks and months, won't we? But opening night feels like the beginning of something rather than the end. I will say that. But maybe we'll get time next. Maybe we could jump on for like half an hour next week if we can get time and just talk about how we feel now we've settled in with it a bit and listen to it. Maybe. Brief little
sure.
half an hour or something. Maybe we could do that. Put that out for people. Probably on our Patreon though. You have to pay to get that one. I'm giving this one for free. You have to pay for us to give you a little bit more on it. This is our time. But we're so excitingly we are tomorrow dropping a 20th anniversary episode, aren't we? For the anniversary, so you are going to get an episode tomorrow as well.
Again, crazy that it just it coincided with it for me perfectly. So yeah, you're going to be getting 2 episodes kind of like back to back.
By the way, just as a lead into that, as we end the episode, I did see this that I clipped up just before I jumped onto this pod. Andy has given an interview about the 20th anniversary, and he gave a little bit of a tidbit to tease for tomorrow of a little story about Certain Romance. So shall we have a listen to that?
Like Certain Romance, the last song on the album. That came about due to we put a gig on in our practice room. Being 19, do you know what I mean? You don't really know what's happening. We'll invite loads of people down, and then a fight broke out, and there were all these people fighting, and we were supposed to carry on. We were supposed to do a gig after, and we were like, oh, we don't want to do that. We packed our stuff down, and some people were like, come on, do some songs. So we did some songs, and then like the week later or something, Chris McClure was telling me, he said, Al's come round, and he sat down on my mum's kitchen floor and started playing Certain Romance, saying, I've got this new song, and written that, so then we'd learn that and hash that out and arrange it.
There you go. Just a little tidbit there.
Cool.
Ahead of the 20th anniversary.
Oh my
I will say this:
God,
Chris
that could be
McCullough is the
bad.
guy that's on the first album cover. For anyone that's wondering, so I will say this: I'm a little bit upset with Chris McCullough at the minute because him and the Reverend, his brother, put out a podcast and they made some mean comments about Tranquility Era Arctic Monkeys. I don't know if they were joking, if it was
Oh,
like a
boy.
joke, but I was a bit like, they are your friends. It's a bit mean, isn't it? Also, And he did an interview today, and the headline is his quote, which is, "I would have died for that band, but unfortunately, that band wouldn't have died for me." Just a little bit of bitterness there, I think.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh
Yeah.
boy!
Yeah. But yeah, 20th
Maybe
anniversary
that's why
episode
he
tomorrow.
didn't respond to our interview request when his book.
Maybe, yeah, because we're pro band. Yeah. Although we've always been nice about his period in the band.
Of course.
Very good bass lines. Although we have also said we're glad that he left there because we love Nick. But there is that. But 20th anniversary tomorrow. It's a bumper. I think it's about an hour and a half. We do it. We also rate, go through each track, things like that. So it's a good listen. So yeah. But yeah, again, if you want to hear this, go to our patreon.com/Arctic Podcast. By the way, there is some stuff cut out of tomorrow's 20th anniversary episode as well, because we do a little mega mix of the first album, which will get us grip, or did get us grip for copyright immediately. So that episode is also free on our Patreon. So I would listen to that on there as well if you want. And you'll get a nice little mega mix of it as well. But so yeah, thank you for listening. It's exciting stuff. New track, gonna listen to it a lot, and maybe we'll be back next week for Patreons with a brief little chat about what we think about it now we've lived with it for a week. A week today would be good. Direct week of listening to it and then come back, because I will be listening to this a lot in the next week, because I always do when they put a track out. So good to know they can still get your excitement going, isn't it? After all these years, they can still get us excited.
I know. It was an
even
exciting
though
night for me. Countdown.
Yeah. Happy Friday.
Yeah,
the
thank
weekend
you.
starts
Happy
here.
Anniversary.
Happy anniversary to yes. That was weird, that, because it was mine and my girlfriend's anniversary, so I got recently, so I got confused then by what you were saying. But yeah. Happy anniversary to Arctic Monkeys. But yeah, mine and my girlfriend's anniversary is actually on Alex's birthday, which is quite a weird.
Oh, weird.
thing.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, again, he finds a way to entangle himself in my life. So yeah, thank you everyone, and yes, we will see you soon. And we are desperately trying to figure out our Tranquility recording, aren't we? We are. I've had an operation.
We're setting the dates.
Justin's busy.
the other day,
I'm trying to finish a fucking script. Justin's working a lot of all of his job and his side stuff that he does with films, and I've had an operation. I'm going to Edinburgh for a week. We're doing our best. We're getting there. We will be there. We will be.
We're
there.
so close. We're so close to
We're
the
so
home
close.
stretch. Yeah.
And we're gonna get 5 in the bag, and then we'll start releasing them Tranquility, and you'll get the run of all 10, no interruptions, and yeah, you will get that. I imagine we'll be able to start putting them out. If I was a guessing man, I would say we did 5 in the bag around sort of April, May in a hushed voice, weren't we?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I would say that we'll probably start releasing around then. So yeah, we will be back. We will ride again, as Alex and Miles would say. So thank you all for listening, and we will see you soon.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.
Don't Believe the Hype is hosted and produced weekly by Justin Toole and Dan Holt. The music used in the titles is royalty-free music courtesy of Les FM. Don't forget to subscribe on your podcast player of choice to be notified every Wednesday when a new episode is released. Sign up with us on Patreon to get exclusive content, including coverage of The Last Shadow Puppets, Arctic Monkeys adjacent album reviews, and concert watch-alongs. If you want to help us out further, be sure to like and review to help make us more visible to like-minded souls. We'll see you next week with more of the same.